Welcome to the WTF, Where's the Focus podcast with your host, Dan Manginelli. WTF is a weekly short podcast with top guests from every industry on where you put your focus. Knowing where your focus goes, your energy flows. Dan is the author of the books Wake Up, Jumpstart the Life You've Always Had in Mind, and Shake It Up, Big Dreams and Bold Choices on the Road to Success. He is a national speaker on staying motivated and inspired and keeping the right mindset. He also coaches top salespeople and leaders in the nation. So let's get started with WTF.
Why, thank you for the introduction, Jen. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, Jen.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Yes, it is a new year. We're allowed to say that. I'm going to say it for just this week because I'm not one of those people that continue to say Happy New Year into like March. So I won't do that. Hey, do you remember last week, Jen?
Yes. I'm trying to remember. That was so 2022.
Yeah. Last week we went through the top 10 of the New Year's resolutions and goals. And number one was being health and fitness. That's right, number one. We all seem to want to start the new year with the new year, new me. How about you? New year, new you?
Yes, that was actually one of my goals. I actually wrote them down, put an end date.
And you put YOLO next to it as well?
No YOLO.
New year, new me. Hey, so I have a treat today. I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to give us a kickstart to get on track and stay on track. I have Tony Kakuk, a renowned personal trainer for over 25 years. He's trained professional athletes, top college athletes, moms, and everyday Joes like me, an everyday Joe. His areas of expertise is nutrition and dieting, sports training, weight loss, and body fat reduction, which count me in. That's okay. Strength and conditioning and athletic training. So as we get our year started, I'm going to go on location. Jen, we're moving. We're getting out of the booth. We're getting out of the little thing. We're going to go on location and get a plan and find out what we could do to get kick-started to our fitness resolution for this year. So let's get going.
No workout, right?
No, we're not going to work out. Fine. I'll see if we can do some push-ups or something. So we'll see you back in a sec. Here we are at ProFit Training in Laguna Hills, California with... like that? It's DJ Horn. Gonna make you want to dance a little bit. Yeah, ProFit Training in Laguna Hills with Tony Kakuk. Welcome, Tony, to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
It's very echoey here in the garage that we live in quite a bit. It's very, very echoey. It's all right. Let's get right to it. If I want to lose 10 pounds in 30 to 45 days, how much should I work out? How much cardio do I have to do? What do I have to be eating? Give me the 411 for the easy floor plan for the resolution of this year of what I need to do to lose some weight quickly.
Eat better.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for tuning in to the WTF. Eat better is the answer. Obviously, there's things that go with that.
In terms of the weight loss, the biggest driver of the weight loss is the diet, the nutrition plan, what you put in your body. You can exercise all you want and, put bad stuff in your body and you're not really going to get anywhere. You can exercise very little and put good stuff in your body and actually get somewhere.
So putting good stuff in my body, you're saying that if I don't have to work out as much if I actually eat better in my whole New Year's resolution plan right now.
That's correct. So if your goal is to just lose weight, not necessarily the right weight, which would be, you want to lose fat, maintain muscle, you could do that with diet. And you could help maintain the muscle you do have by having an appropriate dose of protein in that diet. So, my roadmap for anybody, whether they work out or do not work out, is 6 small meals during the day, 3 hours apart. Protein is a part of every meal. A good way to supplement the protein is with protein shakes. Very easy to get. Costco. They've got a few brands there.
So there's protein in every small meal, 3 hours, every 3 hours.
That's correct.
You have to have protein. So
protein is important because it helps kill the hunger pangs.
Got it. So you're going to feel a little bit more full if you're eating. Go to small meals. Like, to me, a small meal would be like a whole pizza. Is that a small meal? And if I put pepperonis,
wings,
does that consist? I mean, there is protein in wings and chicken, right? And that's not really what we're talking about, is it? So give me a little bit on the proteins and how much the actual small
like a
small
real quick roadmap of a meal plan would be Okay, you get up in the morning and you have a smoothie. And in that smoothie, you could put, your favorite liquid. It could be water. I happen to use vanilla soy milk because I got a little sweet tooth. But that does bring extra calories with it. So if you're not exercising, I would say, use water or almond milk. Almond milk has, very, very few calories, and use that kind of as your liquid base. You could start with 8 to 12 ounces of liquid, and then to that you're going to add a scoop of powder protein. And it can be any powder protein as long as it's a whey protein that only has protein, no carbs.
Right.
Some of them might have like 1 carb or 2 carb, and that's fine. Add your protein, add a scoop of protein, which is generally going to be about 20 grams of protein. And then to that, you can add some frozen fruit of your choice. I like to add frozen strawberries. I just get the organic frozen strawberries from Costco. And really any kind of frozen fruit you want. I also add a banana. The only thing I would warn about a banana is it's very high glycemic, high sugar. I burn it off right away because I work out right after I have my smoothie. But, you can have that meal and it can be...
So if you're not working out, right? You have the smoothie, then
I'd have the same meal.
Same meal. Okay, so that's my whole breakfast is a liquid.
That's it. It's probably going to be about 250, 300 calories.
Okay, so that's when you're saying 6 small meals, it should be about 6 300-calorie meals?
Depending on, female versus male activity level, but let's say you're not very active. If I was, a woman, I would shoot somewhere between 1,500 to 1,800 calories. And if I was a man, I would shoot somewhere between 1,800 to 2,200 calories. So
you said that's like 1 Big Mac and
so if you divide
and an
that,
apple pie thing they've got there at the no.
If you divide that number by 6, it's a good guideline of how many calories each meal should be.
Got it.
Right. So if you're a man and you're going to start with 1,800 and you divide by 6, that means each meal is roughly 300 calories.
Got it.
Average.
Okay, on average. Now, this is for someone who's not active. I can lose 10 pounds. I'm going to eat 6 small meals a day, 3 hours apart, protein in every meal. Carbs in each meal too, or small pieces of carbs?
Yeah. So let's get to meal number 2.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, you get up at 6 in the morning.
Okay.
You can have that smoothie.
These are my listeners, probably getting about 9, 10?
Yeah, well,
that's okay. Yeah, okay.
So adjust accordingly.
Okay.
But, so that meal, actually, that's what I have every morning. I have a smoothie. I make it the night before. I put it in the fridge. So as soon as I get up in the morning, I'm downing that smoothie. I'm watching my Bloomberg. I'm getting set for the day.
Right.
And then 3 hours later, I'll have my second meal, which is real simple. Now, for the type of individual we're talking about, that would just be a shake.
Got it.
A
So
simple
smoothie
shake.
and then a shake?
Exactly.
Okay.
So, Muscle Milk or Premier Protein, one of the ones, Orgain, they have them at Costco or hopefully wherever you want to get them.
Gotcha.
But one of the little ready-to-drink ones, they're all about 150 calories.
Okay.
That would be your second meal.
That's 2 hours? 3
That's
hours?
3 hours later.
Got it.
So that would be 9 a.m.
Got it.
Now, if you're a male, one thing you might want to add to that is a carb. One of my favorite things to do is to take Cheerios, and I pour the protein over the Cheerios, and it's a good complex carb with a good healthy protein.
Right.
I'm a fan of carbs. We need carbs to live. So I don't believe in this no carb stuff or fasting or any of that. That's a big waste of time.
Okay.
So that's your second meal, and then you get to lunchtime. So lunchtime, you want to have a lunch-type meal, okay, which could consist of a salad, with some chicken, and a healthy green, not lettuce, but, some spinach, something like that. Put some tomatoes on there, peppers, and some chicken, and then a healthy dressing, like I would say like olive oil, balsamic vinegar, something like that, not a creamy Italian or a Thousand Island or anything like that.
All right.
And that'll get you around 300, 350 calories maybe. And then you get to the mid part of the afternoon, and you want to have a snack. And again, there, you just do another shake. Screw the top off and have a shake. So what we're doing is we're continuously filling the body, okay, versus having one big meal at the end of the day and, 12 cups of coffee before that. For the male, though, now the male, might want to have a carb with that with that fourth meal in the afternoon.
Okay.
And, I'm a big fan of peanut butter. It just has to be in an appropriate quantity.
Really not like a spoonful that overflows the spoon that you take half the thing? No, that doesn't work. You got to...
Not quite.
No,
serving size is 2
looking
tablespoons.
for the answers
so
here. Jeez.
2 tablespoons, and I usually spread that across. Now, I'll take 4 tablespoons.
Okay.
You take 2 tablespoons, you can spread that on a rice cake. My favorite brand is Lundberg rice cakes, organic brown rice cakes. It's a nice, dense rice cake, not like the little Quaker ones that hardly weigh anything.
Right.
And that's a good complex carb with a healthy fat and a protein drink.
Now, I can mix these up, obviously. I mean, I know you're saying your thing. I'm obviously a rice cake after my smoothie or...
These are just examples. Like, if you don't want to do a rice cake, say, for a woman, you could do an apple or a pear with the shake. You could do that in the morning or the afternoon with the shake.
Okay.
And now, just kind of count your calories as you're going. And then for dinner, the big thing is, the carbs stop. After that fourth meal, the carbs stop. No more carbs the rest of the day, because your body starts to slow down, metabolism slows down. That's when you're just going to start storing those carbs, and they're going to turn into potentially fat, especially if you're not exercising. So dinner would consist of a healthy protein, which could be fish, chicken, turkey. I'm not a big fan of red meat. That would be more of a treat. But a healthy protein with, some sauteed vegetables. I use avocado oil to saute my vegetables, and I usually use, I try not to use, any salt at all, but I'll use other seasonings. And you stay away from rice at that point. You stay away from spaghetti, pizza. You don't want to do any carbs at that point. And if you just want to go back to the lunch meal real quick for, like, if you don't want a salad, you could do something like quinoa with, chicken.
Right.
And you can mix a healthy carb in there, quinoa, brown rice, sweet potatoes, nothing white, nothing that's processed.
Gotcha. So stay away from whites. This is pretty regimented. You're not wired right. I keep saying, everybody, my listeners know I'm not wired right. So this is actually, so if I was eating 1,500 to 1,800 calories as a woman, if I was doing exercise that was burning 450, would I be able to supplement that 450 to still be able to lose the weight at the 1,800 calories?
Yes.
Okay. So I would be able to have 9 beers. Let's see, 9 beers, 2 glasses of wine, minus the 3, work out for 72 hours straight, and then I'd be able to have 9 beers. Is that about right?
That's the math.
No, go back. So if I'm burning calories, I mean, the one thing that I want to make sure...
If we look at that range, if you're not doing anything, you're definitely going to want to plant yourself at the lower end of that range.
Right. Okay.
Now, if you're doing activity, you can move toward the upper end of that range. And if it starts to be a lot of activity, well, then the upper end of that range, gets stretched out.
So we're all, it's a new year, the new me, new year, new you. Everybody's going back to a gym or going to a gym or doing some exercise right from there. Right. How many, calorie-wise, just a rule of thumb, if I'm on the treadmill and I'm walking at a fast pace for 30 minutes, let's even just 30 minutes, how many calories would I be burning, would you, in a nutshell, would you think?
250?
Yeah,
300?
200, 300. I'm asking you questions I already know. That's all right.
That's okay.
It's kind of fun.
And just to
because some people do a lot of cardio for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know.
not anybody I know. But just to complete that nutrition regimen, so that we went through 5 meals.
Yeah.
So there's actually a 6th meal that
we
you
went
have.
6?
No.
Smoothie, shake, salad, shake, rice cake.
The rice cake is with the shake.
Oh, with the shake.
Yeah.
My
See,
bad.
20 years and you still, this is what the problem is.
Well, the problem is I eat all this for breakfast.
But just real quickly, the last meal then,
6.
which would be, and I know this sounds like, God, this sounds like a crazy idea, but, about 30 minutes to an hour before you go to bed. We're talking, like, I like the smokehouse almonds.
Got it.
Those are just delicious. You don't have to eat raw almonds, otherwise you're going to end up going to the dentist. But you can have the smokehouse almonds with a healthy protein, which could be like a 000 yogurt, cup or something, like that. Or you could do another one of the Premier Protein or Muscle Milk shakes.
Got it.
But, so that's your 6 meals.
So Ben & Jerry's is not the sixth one?
No.
No. Okay. So almonds is the sixth one. I'm trying to find a way, peeps, to help us out
almonds with the protein.
Makes sense. So sticking to this regimen for 30 days, if I don't even work out, you can do anything kind of for 30 days, you think about it, for hours of what you're doing stuff. But if I stick to this for 30 days, did minimal, let's say did no exercise, or just walked around the block or walked my dog, I would still be able, if I stay in my calorie range and eat this way clean, I'm still looking at losing about 10 pounds in 30, 45 days?
Yeah. You can't supplement a whole lot of other calories in there. Alcohol, I understand, people are going to, enjoy themselves, but, that's just going to be something you're going to want to monitor in there and measure in there with your daily calorie intake.
So go to that, because the alcohol then is going to turn into sugar, which is a high carb, right?
Right.
So where does that not derail you? So if you have 3 glasses of wine, whatever the case might be, now you have high sugars, it turns into that. Where do you, obviously you get back on track the next day. But if you were to burn that off, you're probably looking at another 300 calories that you just put in.
Right.
That you're going to have to burn.
It's going to slow your progress.
Right.
Especially if you're not exercising.
Right. Okay.
So just be cognizant of that, hey, I'm following this diet, but I don't understand why I'm not losing as much weight or any weight. And if you're...
It's because you're supplementing the rice cake for pumpkin pie.
It could be that too.
Could be that? No. Sorry. I guess that makes sense. So if I do that now, I'm going to a gym. I don't know. I don't have you as my trainer. And I don't know what to do. And I'm either going to a gym or I want to exercise and I want to get out more. What are the key things that if I'm going to burn some calories, to eat a little bit more calories within the 30 to 45 days, what are the best exercises to kind of kickstart this?
So I'm going to focus on the resistance training. Cardio is good. But actually resistance training is better at burning fat. I would focus on a 3-day regimen, with a day, at least, a day of rest in between. It could be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it could be a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Split your body parts up. First day of the week, your Monday, you could do some chest and back exercises. So if somebody that's familiar with the gym, chest exercises, would be some dumbbell presses, they'd be some push-ups, they could be some machine flies, they could be dumbbell flies, and then back exercises can be lat pull downs, seated rows, dumbbell pullovers.
Some of these you can accomplish even at home. I can do push-ups at home and get chest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The back maybe a little bit more. I can get some maybe tomato cans out and do bent over rows.
Yeah, or you could, invest in some 15, 20-pound dumbbells.
Day 2 of the 3-day a week, what's the next body parts?
I like to throw together shoulders and legs. So, leg exercises are just so critical. I can't emphasize enough. I don't really like, we were talking about middle-aged people like ourselves.
What?
I don't really like any, load-bearing exercises on the back. So as far as squats, I just like like a sumo squat or a goblet squat or a Swiss ball squat.
You might as well be talking Japanese right now. So what is
Google?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so any of these exercises, you can Google them and you'll find
Right.
400 videos because they're very common exercises.
Got it. Okay. So that's a shoulder. And that's legs. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a leg. Legs, lunges, step-ups. And these are all exercises you can do with body weight or with weights.
Especially the lunges. Lunges are great with body weight.
Yeah.
Just stepping up and back and going down. That's a great exercise, and
Yeah.
obviously burns probably pretty quick as well.
And usually what you can do, like even if you're going to a gym to work out, you can work in a shoulder exercise between your leg exercise. So you can do a set of squats and then say, okay, I'm going to do some side laterals.
Right.
All right. So for shoulder exercises, side laterals, back flies, rear machine flies. Most gyms have a rear
Right.
deck machine. Front raises, upright rows. These are all common exercises.
Right.
But, in terms of, well, how many exercises should I do? How many sets? How many reps? A good target if you're just starting out, getting back into the gym. If you can do 3 exercises of each body part, so on, day 1, pick 3 chest exercises and 3 back exercises, do 3 sets, and do 15 reps.
Got it.
And then same thing on the leg and shoulder day. Pick 3 leg exercises you're going to do and 3 shoulder exercises you're going to do.
Okay.
I would say for, shoulders, always do a side lateral and always do a back fly, and then pick a third.
Okay.
And then once that starts getting, too easy and you need more challenge, then you can add another exercise of each body part.
Yeah.
But doing something like that would take, 30 to 45 minutes.
The total, you have 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Within an hour, you're doing, one day you're doing chest, back, and the next day you're doing shoulders, legs, and then the third day, whatever day you choose.
You can do your arms, which is everybody's favorite body part, right?
Arms, bis and tris.
Yeah. So you pick, 3 bicep exercises, 3 tricep exercises. So biceps, dumbbell curls, barbell curls, cable curls, any kind of curl motion, really. Hammer curls.
Right.
But pick 3. And then pick 3 tricep exercises. Skull crusher, dumbbell kickback, tricep rope push down, dumbbell tricep extension behind the head. Those are enough to get you going, but pick 3 of those and
so 30 to 45. Is there any cardio? So my 3 days a week, if I go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, those are good days. Can I do cardio those same days, or do I do cardio within that?
So, if you're ambitious, the best time to do the cardio would be right after those workouts, and start out doing 15 minutes. So I'm going to do these weights 30 to 45 minutes, as long as it takes me to do. It's going to be a total of 18 sets. 9 sets of, say, chest, 9 sets of back, or 9 sets of legs, 9 sets of shoulders, 9 sets of biceps, 9 sets of triceps. And start with 15 minutes of treadmill, elliptical, stair stepper, and try to get your heart rate above 120. Okay. That's basically when you start entering the fat burning zone, is at 120. Now, don't get yourself up to 180 or something and be gasping for air. That's not necessary. Just get your sea legs under you and get feeling good about yourself and get your conditioning up, and then you can always increase your time on that. You can go 15 to 20 minutes, or you can increase your intensity and just keep it at 15 minutes.
So if I'm just starting out, this is my new year, new me. And my platform's going to 100% be, now I have to eat better. The key to what you're telling us, which is phenomenal and is absolutely right, is 6 small meals every 3 hours, putting protein within those. So knowing what you're eating, I would suggest, just because he's really not wired right. I mean, and I keep saying I'm not wired right when it comes to things, but he's beyond me in the wiring. I probably, like him, choose to have stuff already set up. I'm better when, as well, you prepare your stuff, prior, because it's easier. I don't have to put myself and think more. I think, for me at least, the more I have to think about what I'm going to eat, the worse I eat. But if I know this is my 3rd meal or my 4th meal, it's already set. It makes it a lot easier not to deviate from exactly what I want to do. And 30 to 45 days isn't a long time. It really isn't. I mean, obviously the hope is that you keep going with some momentum, and it picks up momentum by doing that. True?
Right.
Yeah. Other part is the working out. I mean, it's easy. We can all say right now, here, listen, here's today's podcast: eat less and exercise more. Right? I mean, that'd be great. But I think you have to have a plan, and having that plan, and hope is not a plan. So just hoping that you're, or just walking and saying, I can't believe it, I'm not losing any weight because I'm working out a whole bunch, and I'm just not losing weight. I don't understand. It must be my metabolism. It must be something else. I would say check your intake. I mean, it's calories in, calories out, right?
Correct. And what you'll actually find if you get on a, eating every 3 hours, whether you exercise or not, it's going to speed up your metabolism.
Right.
Most people, they really don't eat much during the day, and then at night it's like pig out time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that is the worst thing for your metabolism. So what this...
Speak about that. The worst thing for your metabolism, because we all like to, and I'm a big snacker, like dinner's done, it's Monday night, the football game's on or something, and I don't know if I'm hungry or my mind's just telling me I should be eating something right now.
So now, as you recall here, there is a meal number 6 there, which would be kind of around snack time, right?
I wrote it down. Was that beer?
Yeah.
No, that was the almonds. Sorry, I missed.
Yeah, so that's the, kind of the 30 minutes to an hour before bedtime, right?
Right.
And that's, you
To
just
keep
want to
me-
do something healthier.
Right.
And by doing this, you're consistently topping yourself off. You're never hungry, you're never full.
Right.
Okay? Most people, they get to dinner time, they're starving, right? They're starving.
Right.
Oh, I'll have some more. You put some more on your plate and then you're full.
Right.
Try to never have that full feeling,
Yeah.
but just always be topped off.
It's a tough one, especially maybe in myself, and it's a mental thing. I truly believe it that I think that I'm not full. I mean, I could eat a full meal and probably I am full, but mentally I still think, you know what, there's still room and I don't know if I'm full yet. And it's a tough gauge. I talk about it a lot about having a love-hate relationship with food, that I love it and it hates me. I mean, in some cases. So you just have to kind of have a discipline to know that you're...
phone line.
That you... We got all kinds of stuff going on in our podcast here. I got phones going off. It's all right.
It's a retraining process.
Yeah.
And the meals that I suggested do not require a lot of prep time.
Right.
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 You unscrew a cap on a ready-to-drink protein. You know what I mean?
Right.
Really, your only prepared meal would be, lunch and dinner, which generally people are preparing a dinner anyway if they have a family. And, lunchtime, a lot of times people might go out for lunch. You can get a salad just about anywhere. You can get a quinoa bowl, or you can get something healthy just about everywhere. So just be mindful of, what you're ordering when you go to lunch.
Yeah. And you can still eat out. I mean, I'm hoping that you're saying you can still eat out. I mean, you're just being cautious of what you're eating at the meals that you have. It's dinner, you just have to be cautious of what you're ordering and where you're ordering it.
And there's something on every menu that you can find that, would fit into a lunch or dinner scheme.
Right.
And if it looks a little like, ooh, that's got a creamy sauce, just ask the person, the server, to hold the creamy sauce.
Right.
Can I just have the salmon grilled, no sauce, please? Or put the sauce on the side.
When we talk about having a personal trainer, and do you, I mean, you kind of believe, and I'm sure that it's no secret, that people could do the things, but there's an accountability portion to it, that people do it more because they have a personal trainer, as well as knowing the right things to do, correct?
Correct. And then, I think it's the idea of, I have appointment.
It's accountability.
I have a dentist appointment, or I have a doctor's appointment, or it's in your calendar and you're committed to it. So whether that's with a trainer or with yourself, you set that time aside and you said, this is my time for doing this.
Right. And if you were to give tips really quick on anything else that we had, what would be the biggest kind of thing that you can say to get started? I'm going to do this. I'm going to commit for 30 days. I'm going to drop 10 pounds by eating 6 meals a day. I'm going to work out 3 times a week for 30 to 45 minutes, 15 minutes to cardio from there. What is like one thing you can say on advice-wise?
Yeah, it's not easy. And no matter what level you start at or do, it's not easy. And it's going to require some effort. Right. And, you have to be willing to put that effort in for yourself, because this is for you, this is for your health, this is for your longevity, this is for your quality of life. Right. You start getting into your latter years and your retirement years, everybody wants to be able to move around and be able to go do this or go do that, travel here, travel there. And if you made all these bad decisions in your earlier years and you can't do that, was it really worth it?
Right. I think mobility is important no matter how much you get.
Once your legs are done, you're done.
Yeah. Well, I tried the New Year's resolution as far as people getting fit a little bit. We went on location today here at ProFit. As you can see, I'm a little bit mishap. This is my first on location kind of moving the studio there. I got phone calls coming in. I got people hammering in the back. We got all kinds of things happening here in the old garage of ProFit from there. Any party worries on my working out routine? Anything that you got?
That is a whole nother show.
Should we talk about how no? Oh, that's good.
About how you're a creature of habit?
Oh, really? 6 meals a day, boy? Whether you give me the brand and exactly how much you put on your peanut butter crackers, whatever it is. I'm the
that's
creature.
important. I mean,
Come on, man. Practice? You talking about practice? No, I mean, honestly, I mean, I probably am a creature of habit. I probably do a little too much cardio.
But at the end of the day, they're good habits. You show up.
Yeah.
You set the time aside. You certainly don't enjoy yourself while you're here.
Well, neither do you.
And exactly. I mean, I've been working out since I was 12. I'm 55 now.
Yeah.
I never enjoy working out. Yeah. But I tell you what, when I'm done, I feel great. Mentally, I'm just so solid. I'm just ready for anything coming my way. I'm just ready, and it is a huge part of my, my mental strength, and has been for my whole life.
Right.
Just being able to get through stuff, battle through stuff, not get, stressed out and flustered about stuff. It's huge. There's just so many benefits.
Yeah.
Well, it's just do it. Just start with something, even if it's a walk around the block.
Yeah. I think that the other part we just said was the accountability. I think that we all know there's no magic pill or there's an easy way that works. But I do know this: if you could keep yourself accountable, you'd already be doing it. And the best way I found to keep yourself accountable at your goals is to have a coach or a trainer to help you get to even where you're supposed to be, or even get started for the accountability. And the accountability, the definition of it is the assurance that an individual evaluated for their performance or behavior related to something in which they're responsible. And if you want to be responsible enough, you have to have someone to keep you accountable to that individual, or task that you want to do. And we all need it, and most of us don't want it, but it's essential if you want to reach your goals. You're going to need someone with you to help you get there. And I think that's really what, is what this podcast was about today, is to give a floor pat from a trainer that's been doing it quite some time, that gives us an idea of what we're doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Tony Kakuk. Look at that. You like that? You even get applause, Tony. It's kind of,
amazing.
How
First time ever.
Well, yeah. At least that's what Melissa tells me. There's no applause. You can check out Tony's website at gottrainer.com. Let's get moving closer to our 2023 goals, but we have to start somewhere, right? And if you have any questions about Tony or more nutritional facts, you can always email me at dan@manginelligroup.com. Being that I see you, did I not, what did I say, personal trainer? It's the website is gotpersonaltrainer.com.
Yeah.
I didn't say that? No? Okay, it's gotpersonaltrainer. This is... All right, we're almost back on track.
You
all right,
keep fighting the reading glasses.
Yeah. Oh, there's no. What? This is. Come on, back off. As I see you, most mornings, every morning, actually. But that's good enough. Until next week, my WTFers, commit to success and goals, and remember to always have fun and make some dreams come true. See you next week.